Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Third and Atlantic Studios. Your host, Joe. Yeah, that's me, and I'm still here. And some guy, Ed. Please do your victory lap.
I got like my first, second win in 12 weeks. I'm not going to get gas for no reason. Although I did, I realize now why it's called the terrible towel. I realize now it's all coming together. It all makes sense.
Yeah, that was horrible. So, like that joke, that was horrible. However, I'll give it to you. This week, fair play. Yeah, it's harsh. It was harsh.
It was so bad of a beating. We didn't even wait for the final games for it. So usually we record this either on a Tuesday or Wednesday, but it was such an arse whipping that we didn't even wait for the Monday game because we're recording this on a Monday. Like we just thought, let's not even bother. Let's just put you out of your misery. I would know you're such a bad loser that
I wouldn't say that. But what I would say,
I'll give you this week. I'll give you this week.
Nah, because after Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving games, I was all right. It was 2-1 to me. We were living life,
Yeah.
And then after that, I think so far I've only won one game. No, I won two. No, one. Two games.
Two since Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So 4 games right now overall. Washington should come through for me today, but other than that, that's a beating.
So, 15 games last week. You had 8 picks. I had 7 because you had the first pick, and one of your games hasn't played. So let's exclude that one. So for your remaining 7 games, you were 3-4. So you've done last week's special. You went below 500. And then I went 6-1. My only loss was Dallas against Las Vegas. But you know what? I'm not even too mad about that. It was an overtime loss.
The refs lost that one for you. The refs, which they tried to make sure that the Cowboys did not win that game.
Yeah, that was the game I was watching most. There were a couple out that slate. Because it was Thanksgiving. That's why I was watching it. And there were a couple plays, like roughing the passer plays or whatever. That was a couple like, oh no, that really should have. It's really annoying. But I didn't have any qualms about like the PI, some of the PI calls, or the ones that went against Dallas. But there was a couple that Dallas should have got as well, which is a bit disappointed about. But it also makes it interesting to see how much you're going to be taking Dallas coming soon. It's some pretty good points as well. I don't know why more quarterbacks just don't tend to do it. It's just go for the deep threat when you can get pass interference calls. It seemes like, especially for undisciplined corners.
I think people did that one year, and they actually threw them every time, and people got vexed. So since then they've been kind of dialing it back. So quarterbacks are actually losing downs off of those things, and they're pointing out it should be pass interference, and they're not calling it. This game, however, they decided we're going to call everything on the Cowboys, maybe 1-2 on the Raiders, just to make it look like maybe we're partial or impartial, but we are very partial. However, on that same vein, the Falcons came through. The Falcons came through to this weekend. I mean, that's it. I'm not going to get too happy because they
were favored in that game. I don't know what you're getting excited about.
They're favored in every game.
No.
They got an offer.
No, they've got about 4. They got 4 wins this year.
And they scored 0 points the week before.
Yeah, but again, I don't know why you're bringing up. I don't know why you're bringing this up. They were favored against the Jags.
I picked them. That's why I picked them, and they came through. So
you've
got to give them their props.
Our second best player this year got injured, and Dan Arnold got injured as well. So our second best offensive player after James Robinson got injured as well. So is what it is. And to be fair, we had a drive at the end that could have won it, but obviously we couldn't execute as you anticipate. So that was my one loss. All my other picks were correct. You've got 4 incorrect picks. I'll quickly say what they were, and then feel free to do what you will with them.
Yeah.
You picked the Chargers over the Broncos. You picked the Eagles over the Giants.
Well, no. We're stopping.
I'll finish them. Then you can talk about it.
No, we are stopping at the first one.
Panthers, Dolphins, and then you picked the Texans over the Jets. Go do.
What are the Chargers doing? What has happened? I don't understand. This is the Broncos. The Broncos that have been struggling all season. Teddy is back. Yes, they finally have a decent quarterback again. Okay, cool. What are the Chargers doing? It's literally, we praised them at the beginning of the season because they were winning the games that they normally lose. Now they're losing the games that they should have won. They're losing the games they normally win, and they're losing the new games that they just started winning. They are just losing everything, but they still have that good quarterback, and it makes no sense to me because they're still playing well when you watch them, but it just doesn't make sense. Cool. Eagles.
On the Chargers
Go on,
point,
go on.
I picked the Chargers a couple of times and they've done this to me before. I picked them week 8 with my third or fourth pick, and that's when they lost to the Pats. So that's when I still had a bit of faith in them. Then they lost to the Pats. Then week 9, I think we picked them again and they lost. Where are they? I can't find them. Week 10, I picked them against the Vikings. They lost. But then last week, I picked them against the Steelers and they won for me. So they have been a bit hot and cold very much recently.
But they've been good for me, but they decided to just tank their season.
They've been good for you when I fucking picked them. But yeah, carry on.
Okay, the Eagles. It really did look like two of their players. Jalen. I even forgot his last name. And go on.
There's so many Jalens. I think you can now list like 20 athletes. Okay, man, you could list 20 Jalens.
Yeah, you can.
You could list 20 Jalens.
Because I was going to say Jalen Green, and I'm like, no, it's not that. No, I don't even remember his name. Like, it's gone.
Jalen Smith.
Because there's Rhaegar.
Jalen Smith.
Oh, that's such a bait name. Bait name, poor quarterback play. Him and Rhaegar were horrible. However, the good thing about Jalen is he actually was still put them in a position to win the game. He was throwing the balls.
Smith. That's another Jalen. See?
There we go. There we go. Even you're doing
all these Jalens.
What's Rhaegar's name as well? I've got his name too. Yeah, I'm about to find it.
Jalen Hurts. I can't believe we fucking forgot about Jalen Hurts.
Bloody hell. I can't believe I forgot his name, Jalen Hurts. But then Rhaegar, what's Rhaegar? Jalen Rhaegar as well?
Yeah, Jalen Rhaegar as well. The two Jalens.
Trash guy. Cool. Boom. So, oh, bloody hell. Right. So, the two Eagles, Jalen Rhaegar, Jalen Hurts. Horrible game. Absolutely horrible. Jalen Hurts was throwing pick after pick after pick, bad pass after pass after bad pass. But I can't even be on him too much because still they were within a chance to win the game in the last in the last drive. He did throw Jalen Rhaegar, receiver, dropped 29 passes, 11 weeks. I don't care if it's true or not. I'm going with that meme and I'm running with it. He dropped at least 4 game-winning catches, game-winning balls in that final drive. At least 4 of them. He is horrible. And they were happy that they picked him up over, once again, Henry Ruggs. So maybe they dodged a bit there. But everyone else, Jerry Jeudy, and Deontay Smith, I think they picked him ahead of. No, that was next year.
Jefferson,
there we go. And Justin Jefferson. 2 looks like all-pro, like soon-to-be receivers. And they picked this guy who can't catch a ball. And they were happy. They thought they were smart. And I just realized the Cowboys had the next pick. Remember that? Who did they pick? Go on, Ed. Tell me.
I don't know. I don't think they had the next pick. Or did they trade down or something?
They picked the next
receiver
receiver
pick
off
before.
the board.
Yeah, no, I know it was a
CD.
CD. I know they picked CD Lamb, but I can't remember where he came. I think it was CD. CD definitely came second. No, CD was third after.
Because Philly had the pick before him. Because it was Ruggs. No, Jerry Jeudy. Sorry, got picked.
No, I think Ruggs came first. I think it was Ruggs, Jeudy, Lamb.
Jeudy. No, Rhaegar got picked before him.
No way did they pick Rhaegar before him.
They picked Rhaegar before him. That's why they were laughing. They were in the room laughing.
Let me double check that, but I swear, because everyone talks, I think obviously everyone talks about the whole Justin Jefferson one compared to
because he was second round, so it made a bit more sense. Like his one was deep.
Let me quickly look. So that was 2020, and in the 2020 draft, CD Lamb was 17th. Yeah, Rhaegar was 21st.
No, terrible pick. He should. Justin Jefferson should have been the pick.
That's annoying because I'm just looking at who 20 was. 20 was Jags with Caleb Chase on.
There we go. Boom. Now he's dead too. Anyway, next one.
Dead,
Panthers. I may have got on the hype train a bit too early. One good game, a couple good decisions.
Told you about it.
They have imploded. We just got the news now that McCaffrey is out again now for the whole season. He wasn't really there before. He just got back. Like he's too athletic. He's one that's too athletic for his body. I know the feeling. The Bucks, however, we did win. I'll take that. Thank you very much. The Texans. The Texans. You had
Go on, the
Jets.
Jets. They got 3 wins this year now.
You had the Jets. So you embarrassed me 2 weeks in a row. When I pick against you, you win, like destroy the team. The next week I pick you, you lose to the Jets. And that's what I'm saying on this. And the Vikings.
To be fair to us,
Kirk Cousins was lining up under the guard when he was meant to be under center.
Considering that the fact that considering the Texans beat the Titans the week before, the Jets Titans matchup slipped quite a bit for us. We didn't take it early. Like we were like, shit, we still don't know who to pick for this. It slipped and slipped and slipped and slipped.
Now the Titans, but I've realized what it was because obviously we thought, with all their players, but they are all out injured pretty much. Everyone who was meant to be a starter or a backup literally this year is injured apart from Tannehill. So it is what it is.
I did also want to shout out my Bears who beat up on the Lions just about on Thanksgiving, which you were surprised I picked the Bears, but yeah.
They scraped that. Like it looked for a while. It looked like the Lions had one, but they once again found a way to lose.
Yeah,
regulation. Unlike the Steelers, couldn't beat them in regulation.
I really hope now that the Lions go winless, and the only non-loss was against the Steelers. Oh, great! Love that.
Do you know what the good news is? The AFC North is the most balanced division. It is. We had everyone was over 500.
Ravens are
everyone was over 500. The Ravens right now are winning like poorly though. They're not putting up many points. The Bengals look like the Bengals might pull that out and win it from beginning to end. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you remember when I said Steelers will come fourth in that division?
Yeah, I still don't believe it.
Do you know?
I mean, it's happening. It's happening, but I'm not gonna believe it. I'm not gonna believe it till the final week.
Let's say you get a bag tomorrow. You have to bet it on whoever comes fourth in that division. Who you betting on?
The Browns
to come fourth.
They might not have a QB by next week, bro.
That could be a good thing.
Over him.
That could be a good thing. That could be a good thing.
To be fair, he might come to the Steelers because it looks like we might need a new one as well. So,
Steelers 5-5-1, Browns 6-6, both on 500. Both
5 from 500. Yeah. If we I can't believe we tied to the Lions. We should be above them right now. But we tied to the only team not to win a game this year. This is ridiculous.
Anyway, those were the week 12 matches. So I won 10-4 plus 1 game remaining. So I'll give that to Joe. I'll throw him a bone 10-5. That means
I'm going to win it because the Seahawks are playing poorly. So stop it.
I am now 8-2. Oh, I'm not 8-2. Joel, you are 8-2. I am 2-8-2. So, as I said to you, I've got so much work to do to catch up to you. So, I'm just looking at the playoffs right now. Fuck the regular season.
Yeah, it is what it is. Let's just go to the next week.
So, week 13, we have got 4 teams in a bye, meaning that we've only got 40 matchups. So, we've got 7-on-7 again. Teams in a bye are Panthers, Browns, Patriots, and I can't even read my handwriting that I wrote there.
No, the Packers.
Titans. Packers. What? Is it Packers?
So Titans,
it is
Panthers,
Packers.
Browns,
Packers, and Titans. And I can't even read my own handwriting. That's what it's getting to. So the remaining 14 matchups: Cowboys, Saints, Bucks, Falcons, Giants, Dolphins, Broncos, Chiefs, Eagles, Jets, Colts, Texans, Vikings, Lions, Chargers, Bengals, Cards, Bears, Washington, Raiders, Ravens, Steelers, Jags, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Pats, Bills. Ooh. Ew. Now, because I obviously won, I get the first pick, as I usually do. You know what I mean? Okay. With my first pick, I am going to take... Yeah. I'm looking at 2 matchups, and I'm thinking, which of these is the other team more likely to win? So I'm going to say I'm taking this one first. I'm taking Chiefs at home against the Broncos.
Oh.
Coming off a bye, Chiefs are.
Yes, this is true.
Teddy Bridgewater's out, which means Drew Lock is in. I think he was in last game, so I'm not sure if he's playing this week. I'm taking Chiefs.
Yeah, not much to say to that. Clearly,
you seem surprised by that.
Yeah, I thought you were going for a different matchup, not the actual
Well, I'm assuming that different matchup is going to be one you're going to take first.
Probably not, because I was looking at one. I'm gonna let that ride. I'm gonna go with the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Because I'm assuming the Seahawks played just as trash as they have been tonight. And I think it's because the injury is a lot worse, like ridiculous amount worse than they let on. But he has to play because he's going to be their only chance of winning. That is Russell Wilson. So the 49ers stomp him because they played very sound football last week.
Interesting. Now, 49ers have been winning, but it hasn't been too convincing. I mean,
this week was.
The week before was against Jags, but I mean, I still do really like 49ers. I still trust them a lot. They are, however, going to cold weather Seattle in late November, early December. When will it be? It'll be December by then.
Normally, I'm gonna go.
And that was it. And yeah, you did make a good point about the injury that might be a little bit worse, and the fact that he is injured. I'm not sure if that helps.
It doesn't look like right now he can throw to his receivers, especially deep, and that was their playbook. So it'll be very interesting.
Right. The next team I'm going to take is, I'm a bit anxious about it just because it's a divisional matchup. We've got a couple of divisional matchups, which I'm a bit, do I go for it? Do I just go for it? I'm going to leave a couple of these out. I'm going to take this matchup. Although it is a warm weather team going to play in the Midwest, I'm going to take the Cardinals against the Bears.
Yeah, I was going to do that too. Fair play.
Kyler should be back. Again, we don't know because it's only Monday. He should be back. If not, then it is what it is. But yeah, Cardinals arguably look like the best team in the AFC, to my chagrin.
Yeah. Once Kyler is back, we'll see how they are playing. But if they jump right back on form, I believe they will. I am confused now at my pick because I had one when I first saw it, but then I had another one when I first saw it as well. But I don't know where you would go first. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys at the Saints.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys bounced back again. I think the refs really screwed them over and they should have really won that matchup. They were still, and no, the referees really screwed them over and they were still in a position to win that matchup. So we shall see how it plans out this week when they have an unbiased refereeing crew.
I also see what you're doing. You've gone for, actually, I was going to say opposite. I don't see what you're doing because you've gone for 2 away teams and you know that completely did you over last week. So
yeah, but it started off well. On Thanksgiving, it started off well.
I am now going to take, I let this drop a little bit. I'm not going to let it drop anymore. I'm taking the Bucks against the Falcons.
I think the Falcons might put an upset again.
That's why I let it drop a little bit. I let it drop a little.
To be fair, I really don't think that, but I was hoping because the Bucks did look horrible with the first couple drives and then they snapped out of it. And yeah.
The Falcons beat the Jags, so nothing really. So.
Yeah, but the Buccaneers playing against the Colts, like that was a game that looked like the Colts had handled it.
The Colts are better than I thought they would be, to be fair. So yeah. I was really on them. They looked a lot better than I thought they would.
Yeah. So luckily this skipped the. Oh no. Oh, I was about to... Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna take the Rams versus the Jags. The Rams are starting to ease up. Matt Stafford looks injured a bit as well. And his injuries are getting worse. Odell's injuries, like you could visibly see him like trying to force himself to play. He really should be out, but obviously they were low on people, so he's in and he has to acclimate to the team. So they're kind of forcing him
even as a decoy, he's useful.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. They should beat the Jags, especially if your guys are injured.
Although Green Bay were in control for the majority of that game, Rams had a couple big players like, oh shit, they could perceivably do this. They're sort of like only 1 or 2 possessions away, 1 or 2 touchdowns away from winning this. I was like, shit, like they could still win this. But again, obviously, Packers did what they had to do. Gosh, really disappointing watching the Rams defense. I'm like, gosh, they are not as good as I thought it would be. And they couldn't get anything going from a pass rushing perspective, nothing. And I was like, I don't know. I don't really get, because I was trying to sort of watch stuff.
I need Jalen Ramsey to start following receivers completely and shut them off like Revis Island did, because he hyped that up. He's the one that his tweet hyped up the game beforehand. So I need him to follow the number one just every play, regardless.
It depends on what the defense is running. Like there were times when he was on the opposite side of the field and he was playing zone on the slot. Or like
but remember
that's what.
But remember, Darrell Revis, he was man up on your number one.
Yeah, cool. But
and everyone else played a different defense.
That's not what the Rams wanted to do. That's not what the Rams wanted to do.
I need them to start doing that. Part of the
reason why I did leave the Jags was because he mentioned in interviews, because I watched nearly more or less every interview he had once he left. Part of the reason was that Jags were playing a lot of zone coverage at times. He was like, just fucking let me play man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was one of the things I remember hearing him say was like one of his annoyances. But yeah,
especially if you're going to hype up the matchup and say, don't run away from me, I need you to be on him every play, because you have that catch. You can have that cachet. That's what it is.
My fourth pick. Sorry, I'm so used to saying your fourth pick with the new one. I forgot it's mine now.
Let's go back to normal then. Let's start working towards that.
I'm going to take the Colts out of Texans.
Damn it. I just needed one more. Just one more.
Colts, to surprise me, they're looking quite good. And Texans, I mean, whatever. You might have got a win against the Titans. Who cares? They ain't that good.
Yep. That's exactly how it was. They got the win, and then they looked horrible the next game. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to go, because you have thrown my plan out of whack, but I'm going to go the Bengals versus the Chargers. This is in Ohio.
Yes,
and
I mean,
the Bengals looked like they played a very complete game against us. We were horrible. Let's not get it twisted, but the Chargers didn't play too great either, and they played a complete game, so I'm taking them.
That did have the Bengals. A bit tougher to pick because obviously Chargers are good. Although Herbert didn't look too good against the. Who was it they played? Was it the Broncos? I want to say Broncos, but it wasn't the Broncos. They did play the Broncos. Broncos got these weird ass wins. Broncos, Cowboys, but anyway,
exactly that.
They're not going to be the Chiefs. They're not going to be the Chiefs this week. Don't know what happened to Justin Herbert there. Hopefully, it's a bounce back game for him this week in Ohio. Although cold weather conditions, let's see how. He did play up in Oregon, but let's see how the Chargers boy does there. My next pick is this is the one I thought you were going to take, but I'm going to take them. I'm taking the Eagles at the Jets.
You trust them?
Yes, I trust the Jets to lose. You're correct.
But I trust the Eagles to lose as well.
No, I mean,
two teams can't lose. That's the only problem. That's the only problem.
Eagles are better than the Jets anyway, but I think a little bit of them, there's still hope for them to win that division. Although, as I said from the start of the year, I do have the Cowboys. I do still think there's a little bit of hope that Eagles could potentially do if the Cowboys do cock up again. Well, a couple more times.
Okay. I'm gonna do some NFL maths here, right? And I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna pick the Vikings over the Lions.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next one.
I just don't think the Lions put up enough points again. And that's that. Even though the Vikings did some shocking things, they did put up points. They did play an all right. It's just they Vikings it up at the end.
If the Vikings are favorite, don't pick them. Pick against them.
Okay, but the Lions. Every week, apart from Lions week.
Speaking of the Lions and the team they drew against, I'm taking the Ravens over the Steelers.
I knew you would. To
be fair, I could have let this drop because I knew you didn't think the Steelers would win and you wouldn't pick the Ravens, so I could have let it drop to the next pick. But yeah,
I would pick the Ravens normally. If this was last year, I would have already taken this off the board. However,
go on.
Let me write it down. Yeah. However, the last couple of weeks, the Ravens have struggled to put up points, and I think we can put up more than.
And you're right. And the Steelers are a lot better, are the same, if not a lot better from last year.
No, what I'm saying is, we put up 10 points and weren't able to connect the whole game. We put up 10 points in a bad game. Like, we played the worst game possible and still put up 10 points.
And Lamar Jackson had 4 interceptions and they still won.
Yes, 4 interceptions, but didn't they have like 9 points in the game?
But they still won.
Hold on, let me look. Wait, I'm looking at it. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they won. So they won. Yeah, they did won because they're top of the.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they won. Wait, where is it?
Against Cleveland last week.
There we go. They won, but they put up 16 points. I think we could put up 16 points.
You said you struggled to put up 10.
We did struggle to put up 10. Yeah. But I think we can do it.
Anyway.
That was against the Bengals.
Your 6th pick. Get on with it.
Wait, I was looking for something. I was looking for the Vikings. I swear I just saw it. Yeah, 26-49. Yeah, I believe they're better than the Lions. I was just seeing, I was trying to piss off. Piss right off.
What happened?
You can't drop that now.
What happened?
Okay, breaking news. Just as Ed picks that game, we place what on the COVID-19 list. Yeah, great. Yeah, amazing timing. Where was this when I had a pick? Oh,
what? Oh, did he play this weekend? I didn't watch the season.
Yeah, he was playing. Lol. Wait, was he playing? Either way, he's on the COVID-19 list, so he ain't playing this weekend.
Oh darn!
Unless he's double vaxxed and can prove it by, I don't know. Anyway, I'm picking the Dolphins at the Giants. They put up some points last week.
Yeah.
The Giants have struggled forever. They got a win though, so we shall see how this goes. But this is once again a matchup of bad teams.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll go taking Dolphins anyway as well. Cool. 2 games left. Washington Raiders and Patriots Bills. I don't mind who I get between Patriots and Bills. I think it'll be a fun matchup, although I do have a favorite of who would win that. I am going to take Raiders against Washington. Considering where Washington were last year, and I haven't been high on them, they've only got 2 or 3 wins. They've got like the same amount of wins as Jags or something like that. I'm like, Washington,
4 wins.
Shit. Is it 4?
They got 4.
Oh, fair. Well, I must have been looking at last week's total scores. So yeah, I'm not rating Washington as I haven't been.
And they still got this week. This week there's 5 and 6. Ooh, scary.
Not really.
Oh, I don't know who to pick. Momentum is leaning one way.
I'm leaning.
Actual talent is leading the other way.
I'm leaning.
I don't think I've picked them yet, so I'm just gonna pick the Patriots at the Bills. I think Bill and they have the possibility to pull this off. Bill and Mac can come through and devise a game plan well enough. I think the Patriots defense is good. The Bills, I am scared of them as a team, but they're very up and down. I think they'll be into it this week, but like Bill says, the real season starts after Thanksgiving, and here we are.
So speaking of Bills and the Patriots, it reminded me of our preseason predictions, and especially for the playoffs. So we did our top 7 for the playoff teams for the AFC and NFC, and I'm going to quickly go over them with you. So in the AFC, Joel, you had KC, Buffalo, Tennessee, Baltimore.
That was rough.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, and Cleveland. So those were your 7 teams. How do you feel about those?
I mean, I've got 7 teams. I've got 5 of them that look good, right?
Yeah, they look all right.
Yeah.
I had KC, Bills, Titans, Browns, Chargers, Pats, Ravens.
Chargers dead.
Oh, whoa! What do you mean dead?
Chargers can be dead.
You were just talking about
the Tennessee, the same one, the same Tennessee pick looks horrible in your part as on my part. So yeah,
no, Tennessee's fine. Tennessee's fine. So the difference were you had Colts and Steelers. I had Chargers
Yeah.
and Patriots. Those were the differences.
So I think we've got one team out of both of them each.
I feel confident both Chargers and Patriots can still make it in. Patriots are going to make it in. I feel Chargers can make it in as well.
I think Patriots and what was my one?
You said Steelers and Colts.
Okay, forget the Steelers. But the Colts, I called that. I called the Colts.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair,
Colts.
but they still got a way to go. Now, NFC. Yeah. I had Rams, Bucks, Packers, Cowboys, 49ers, Saints, Seahawks. So that 5-7 is a bit of a sticky one.
Saints, Seahawks dead. But what are the ones up?
So Rams, Bucks, Packers for the 3 and Cowboys are my four divisional winners.
I think that's very solid. That is very solid on your part.
So your divisional winners were Rams, Bucks, Packers, and Washington. So you had Washington winning instead of Dallas.
Yeah.
And then you had Then you had Cards, Seahawks, Bears.
Yeah, you know what? No, when you take these punts in the early season, they are punts, but you want to do something different. You don't want to go with the favorites, But boy, they could have you looking stupid. Like they could have you looking so dumb.
So right, our differences was that divisional winner. So you had Washington, I had Cowboys, and then I had San Francisco and New Orleans, and Seattle. You also had Seattle, but then you had Cards and Bears. So Cards look good, Bears not so much. 49ers can sneak in, Seahawks no,
dead,
and Saints with the injuries it's tough because we both had.
I think the Saints are dead. I think we could call the Saints dead.
They had it with Winston, but that injury killed them.
Yeah.
So that's my excuse for that one.
That's my thought process too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You didn't have them. You had Cards and Bears.
Yeah, but since Jameis went down, I think their chances of going in have significantly almost. Well, I think they're dead after that. Actually. Yeah. I mean, you try and be different, but boy, it can hurt you. It can hurt you.
I remember the two I had on the cusp. One for the AFC, one on the NFC. Is I had the Bengals on the cusp, but I don't think I had the bollocks to put them in the playoffs. So I just had Ravens and Browns. I thought, no, you can't have 3. And then in the NFC, I thought Atlanta could have done it, but I'm glad I didn't have them on my 7th seed. To me, I had Seahawks as my 7th seed, so I wasn't too confident with them. But yeah,
that's just some teams come out and just do you dirty. They just do you very dirty.
You had one good shout, which is your saving grace, which is the Cards. That was your one good shout.
And the Colts. So on either side, I've had 2 that have screamed. Like the Cards have almost solidified. So that was obviously my best shout. But the Colts on the outside looking in looks good now. But those first couple of weeks, it looked dicey as well. So if they do a little backswing and end up 6th, like I put them, I look like a genius in that pick only.
I want to have a look again at this in week 16. Oh, before we get to week 17, last game of the season, see how we're looking and which one of our teams will make it in. But yeah.
If the Steelers make it in, by the way, you have to call me a genius on that. You have to.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You have to, yeah. But boy, that looks rough.
I'll leave it at that. And that was week 12 overview, our week 13 picks, and a quick look at our previous playoff predictions. With that being said, we'll leave you again and then we'll chat again next week. We'll see how we've done again.
Sir.
Peace.